Alright, here I am making the third and final video in the series of unboxing videos for the new bike, the FE 2024 fe501W. And my list of stuff I've bought for this bike has grown to 65 ordered, received, and installed. This is the whole list, and it has grown quite a bit. And ideally, I think I would, given a choice, I would just like to buy, I would love to just buy a motorcycle with just the chassis and the motor, because I basically replace pretty much everything on the bike, just about. So anyway, let's start with, I don't know what, so I ordered a bunch of stuff from Nice CNC. Nice CNC is that Chinese company, and they've almost all come in. There's still another package left to come in. I have not opened these, so these are not all for this bike. Some of these stuff is for the other bikes. So this is, I think this is, yeah, see, this is for 69701. This is the drain plug, magnetic drain plug for a 690. So that's going to go in one of my 690s. And then this is the axle nut for, it's just it's probably for one of the 690s, maybe. It's, yeah, I think it's for my 690 Supermoto. So I think the orange is for the 690 Supermoto. So these parts are not going on the Husky, so, but there is some stuff here that will end up on the Husky. This is, I don't know if this goes on the Husky. No, this is for 790, it says. So this will go on the 890. And this is another magnetic drain plug that's blue. Cool. It's long too, so the OEM one is not as, the OEM one is basically, I don't even know if he has this rod, but it's much, so this is much longer than that. So this should be, supposedly helps, should help with picking up particles. And this, like I said, I ordered a whole bunch of stuff from Nice CNC. And this isn't even all of it. So, as I mentioned in other videos, I got no problem ordering stuff from China. So this does go on the new bike, Kisma. So these are axle blocks for adjusting the axle. I like this because it seems like it'll allow me to incrementally adjust the axle easier back and forth. So this does go on the new bike, and on the FE, and this also will probably, no, this, I don't know, I don't think this, this is also foldable, and you can tell by the angle there that this goes also on the new bike as well. Yep, so this is a folding rear brake lever tip. So that goes on the new bike, folding rear brake lever tip, which is interesting because you'll see when I open something else. These are just blocks, axle blocks, but this is for 690. These ones are not adjustable like the other ones that have the nut, so this is not adjustable. This will go on the 690. Yeah, well, actually, it also fits the 890 as well. So I don't remember which bike I got it for. I probably got it for the 690. I probably got it for the Supermoto. And what else did I get? I like Nice CNC stuff. I think Nice CNC makes quality parts. Here's another magnetic drain plug that has the long magnetic rod. It's blue. So it says 890, 12, oh, Super Duke. So I think one of these will go on the Super Duke. One will go on the Super Duke, and I think the other one will go on the 890. And then these are adjustable axle bolts. So this will probably go on the Supermoto. because supermoto, I like to bling out the supermoto. So this will go on the supermoto, and the supermoto is the orange bike. So it's got orange parts. So that is it for all the nice CNC stuff that I ordered. Like I said, there's actually more coming. This was just the first order of parts from Nice CNC. I ordered so much crap that it required 2 shipments. All right, what else we got? Let's see. What is this one? This is from System Tech Racing. System Tech Racing. Do you know who System Tech Racing out of Pagosa Springs, Colorado? Hometown. Peeps. I'll give you a hint. The initials are STR. STR. STR are bleed valves. So these are bleed valves for cone valves. So these are new because historically the STR bleed valves did not fit cone valve forks. So I got one for each of my WP Pro forks. So that's 4. I have 4 cone valve, actually 3 cone valve. The 6500 is not a cone valve, but the 6500, as you can see there, does use it uses the same adjustment top. So it is the cone valve, but so they call it cone valve. Anyway, so I got orange, I got red, another orange, and a blue one. That looks dirty. It's like somebody stole coffee or something in that. See that? Man. Anyway, so those are the STR bleed valves. Very cool. Okay, next we have, this is from Rocky Mountain ATV. And I had a comment in the first video, someone commented about not appreciating Rocky Mountain ATV because they make or sell cheap Chinese parts, which, as I mentioned earlier, I don't really have a problem with that. So this is a map switch. So this is a map switch that will allow me to switch the maps from map A to map B. It also has traction control and quick shifter buttons as well on there. So you can see that. So that's quick traction control and quick shifter. Can you see that? The kiosk. And then there'll be a map to map. So this will work with the TSP, the two-stroke performance ERM ECU reflash unit that I got. So I already downloaded the map for that into the ERM ECU, and now I just have to flash it to the bike. So this will work with that to switch the maps from map A to map B. So that ERM ECU has 2 maps on it. There's a wild map and a mild map. Wild and mild. So one of these, there's a green one is wild, and then the white one is mild. So cool. So that's what that is. Map switch. Very cool. And what we have here from Warm and Safe. You know what they make? They make Warm and Safe is in Oregon. And I have a lot of stuff from Warm and Safe. Generally speaking, their products have been very reliable. So what I ordered from Warm and Safe, every time I get a new bike, I order stuff from Warm and Safe. So this is the heated gear controls. So this is the wired heat controller. So this controls gloves and jacket, heated lining. So your heated liner and heated gloves. So this one controls that. This is a remote control, wireless remote control, but it's powered from the battery as opposed to the regular one they make has its own internal battery, and this one runs off the battery on the bike. I just like that because then I don't have to worry about the battery dying. So that's what this one is. This one is for heated grips. So I like using their control, their heat controller for heated grips. Again, super reliable, never had an issue. And this is what I run on, I think, just about almost every bike I run there. I use this to control heated grips. So that's what this is. There's a little bit of work sometimes to make this work. Sometimes I have to splice wires and do some things to a little convoluted to get this to work. But these are been super reliable, so I'm a big fan of heat roller stuff. And I also wear their heated, warm and safe heated liners as well, and heated gloves to use. I also use Gerben. I have a couple of Gerben heated gloves as well. But warm and safe stuff is, heated stuff is reliable, highly recommended. And then this is Chaparral Motorsports. You know Chaparral Motorsports. What did I get from Chaparral Motorsports? Chaparral Motorsports. I got a lot of packaging. You see that? And I got, ta-da! What is this? Shift lever. A Hammerhead Designs shift lever. It's not easy to find this, actually. I did a lot of searching. Hammerhead, they were out of stock on the website, and you can tell, I think this is old stock. So I got this. This should fit this bike according to the website. So from Hammerhead. So this is the Hammerhead shift lever. This is the CNC machine one, not the forged one. So very cool. What I like about the Hammerhead shift levers is they're adjustable. So this is the plus 5mm, which you can see on here. The tip size varies by the size of your boot. So I have a my size, or size 14. So I think I have both downstairs. I think in the basement I have a longer tip. So these tips come in different sizes. This is plus 5. This one here, I think it says somewhere 5mm. Yeah, so you can see where it says 5mm there. So that means it's 5mm longer than stock. And I think it goes 10, 15, and 20. 20 is the longest one. So I think I have a 20mm in the basement that's long. If not, I'll just order a 20mm one so that it'll work with my larger than the average boot size. So very cool to have found that one. Big fan of Hammerhead shift levers. But I like them because they work with my, because I have larger than average, I wear larger than average boots. So therefore, it's great for me. Otherwise, the regular ones are just too cramped and don't fit very well. All right, this is from Clean Speed. Do you know what Clean Speed makes? I think I have a Clean Speed on one of my 690s also. And so I was about to order from another. I think I was about to order the Hammerhead version of this, and then I discovered the Clean Speed one, and really the main reason I ordered, I really like the look of it. I thought it looked cool. So this is a rear brake lever. Look how beefy that freaking thing is. That is so beefy. That is not. I feel like the frame will bend before this thing bends. I mean, that is freaking stout. Holy cow. What I really like though is the color. It's called tungsten. So I ordered this because I like tungsten. And then it comes with this, what's it called? It's a spring for the master cylinder, right? So it's a master cylinder spring. So it's supposed to give you better feel for a master cylinder. Who makes this? Fast handlebars. Fastco, who makes flex bars. They make a similar product. So this screws into the bottom of the rear brake master, and then the plunger goes in through there, through that hole there in the bottom, and then this spring gives a little more feel to the lever, so that when you press down on the lever, there's a little more resistance, which supposedly then creates more lever feel. So that is a stout and good looking piece there. Happy to find that one. And that's that one. And then the the big box. What's in the big box? Do you know what WMR competition do? If you know what WMR do, then you know what's in the big box. Or at least one of the things that they do. So WMR is Florida, and they work on my suspensions. That's where I used to tune suspension. So this is pretty crazy. Are you ready for this? This is pretty crazy. I ordered, like, check this out. All right. Did I get from WMR? Are you ready? Yeah, I got a little crazy. So, ta-da. I got crazy. I did. I got the WP Pro suspension set up for this bike. Look at that. Is that just pretty or what? And totally badass. Totally badass. Right. Totally badass. Oh, I was not on wide angle the whole time. So you can see how totally badass that is. Oh man, how cool is that? Yeah. Cool. So shock, WP Pro shock. This is what is this called? This is I got the 8950. This is the 8950 shock. And as you can see here, it's already got my info for what they do to it, how they set it up. They set up a sag and numbers. It's got already this nice preload adjuster on this. So much nicer than dealing with trying to crank the knot thing on the side. So yeah, sweet. So that is, and that has super tracks, right? So that's 8950 shock with super tracks. And then we have the matching setup. Ta-da! These are the cone valve forks. These are the 79, I don't know, what are these called? 80 something? I don't remember. Oh, wait, it says, where's the sheet? There's a sheet that comes with this. Explains these things. 8950? I don't know. One of these things. Anyway, so these are the forks. Oh yeah, it says on the box. Let's see. So this is, where does it say on the box? 8950. So you can see there. Yeah, so that's the 8950 shock. You can see the price. They're not cheap. $2,400 for that. And then this is the 70. That's 8950. There we go. And then these are. Doesn't say there either. I forget what they are. 75.49, something like that. Oh wait, where's my where's the tablet? The tablet says 75.48. So these are 75.48 forks. And so the difference is these are machined versus if you look at the ones that come on the bike, those are forged. So these are machined. Pretty. And then they have rebound. I removed the cap already. Rebound adjustment on the bottom and compression on the top and preload. Cool. All right. Badass. Totally totally badass from WMR out of Florida. Who Eddie is the tuner over there. He does a terrific job with tuning my suspension so far. So, all right, there you go. Thanks for. Oh, one more thing. This isn't really an unboxing, but these are the handguards that I use. These are Turtec GD handguards. I think these are the best handguards made. They're not made anymore. I think Turtec stopped making them, which is really too bad. I think people just don't know how good these are. These are the best handguards. I run these on all the bikes where I run handguards, including the GS, and I have crashed and crashed and crashed and crashed and crashed on these. Even on the GS, imagine big old GS, falling, tumbling, and I've never broken one of these handguards. Never broken one. I love because what they do is they flex, right? They flex and then they bounce. You can see how they flex. And so when they hit the ground, they just bounce. Boop, boop. They don't break. They just flex, and they offer great protection. So my favorite handguards, so much so that when Turtec stopped making them, I went on eBay and ordered extras so that I would have extras, which I've never needed because I've needed them for new bikes, but not for anyone ever breaking. So, these are highly recommended. These are, to me, the best handguards ever made are these Turtec GD handguards. Very, very overpriced, but comparable. But when you compare to the other handguards that are probably similar price, these are the best. They are overpriced because they're plastic, but really, functionally, they are superior to anything out there. Okay, thanks for joining us today. Okay, I forgot one more piece. So this piece here was the other item. It was in the Clean Speed box, and the box that came with the Clean Speed rear brake lever. And so this is a longer, what's called the far tip. This is the far tip. So you can see when installed, it adds a little bit more length to the tip so that it's a little bit longer. So I forgot to mention that one. So this will go on there like that. So you can see the way this is set up here, right? It makes it a little bit longer, whereas the OEM tip would be more like here. This stretches out. So if you have a longer boot, then it gives a little more room. And I mentioned I also got this one from Nice CNC, and I got it because, well, it's Nice CNC. It was cheap, inexpensive enough and so this can also go on here, and this is much beefier. I like this. Potentially could be the one because it folds, which is really nice, and then it has two levels. So you can see it has a lower level and then for standing as well. So I do like that compared to, so it's bigger than that one. And it's got a lot more area for the feet. So I do like that. And then I like this because of the extra room. Actually, it's interesting looking at this right here. This is actually, the length, this isn't really that much long. I mean, this is still good length, so I may not need that. So I may return that or keep it. I don't know. I'll try it and see. Anyway, I do like the folding tip though. So on the falls, that folds a bit. Okay, that's the one I missed. Thank you.